Hello once again, and today we got another talking on the camera I'm going to do. This one's in the afternoon. The first one was in the morning when I was talking about that Brexit bullshit. This ain't going to be like that. This is going to be about Windows 7 or no more support for Windows 7. I should have done this video a couple of weeks ago because I think it was about, was it the 14th of January, Microsoft stopped all the updates and security updates for Windows 7. So is it the end for Windows 7? Well, you can still use it, of course. People were saying, oh, you can't use it anymore. Well, you can use it. They're just not going to support it anymore, Microsoft, unless you got some, I don't know, if you work like a, they will still support it depending on Windows, and you got to pay extra for it or something, and I think you got to be working in the company. I don't know, but obviously for the main consumer like us, they're not going to support Windows 7 anymore. So what are your alternatives? Well, that's simple. Windows 10. I was someone that I first used Windows 10 for the first time, I think when it was first released. I used it, I tried it, and I didn't get on with it too well. But you know, it was there just in case. And it was about, I started using that operating system when it first came out in 2009, and I stopped using it in 2017, and that is the longest running Windows operating system I've ever used to date. About 8 years I was using Windows 7 for, on various different PCs that I've been buying and building and whatever, until 2017. That is, I upgraded my PC once again, and the processor that I'm using now, the i7 770K, only sort of uses Windows 10, so pretty much I was forced to, because of my upgrade, to use Windows 10. Yes, I got used to it, and not so long ago I've got a backup PC. I've got a few spare PCs that I tinker around with, try new hardware and software. I went back to Windows 7. Bloody hell, it was a, yeah, I don't know, because I'm so used to Windows 10 now, going back to Windows 7 seemed a bit weird. So give it, if you're using Windows 7, definitely I would say give Windows 10 a chance, because I was one of these skeptics. I use it, I did not like it that much I didn't like it as much as I did like Windows 7 back then, but I got used to Windows 10 now. I've got used to how it all works, and I've got to say I'm pretty much used to it now. So, and I don't think I could go back to Windows 7, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would recommend it now. Now I've got used to it. It's a pretty good operating system once you get used to it. Of course, I'm drinking tea, not beer. Yeah, so yeah, I would recommend it if you're not using it. Windows 8 on the other hand, I wasn't fucking going to use that crappy operating system. That was shit. I thought that was the worst operating system that Microsoft ever produced, was Windows 8. What a load of crap that was. I didn't like it because I took away that start button, and I just thought, what a fucking mess this is. Okay, if you're using a touch device, i.e. a tablet or a mobile phone, may work, but PC wise, no, it didn't work. Windows 8 8.1 with the upgrade, that was still shit. To me, Windows 8 or 8.1 was the worst Windows operating system that Microsoft ever produced. I didn't have much. You see, let's go back to 95, because that's where it all started. All started from Windows 95 for me, when I got my first ever PC. I had Windows 95. I probably used that for a couple of years until I bought my next PC, which had Windows 98 on it. I think I used that for a few years, about 3 or 4 years, until I got a PC built for me. I think it was about 2002 time. And guess what operating system I ran then? Windows ME. Yes, I did try XP, but the problem was with XP for its time, I was running older software, and none of the software, hardly any of the software that I had back in the day, worked on Windows XP. So XP for me was no good because of the compatibility issue with my other software. So I installed ME. Yes, I know ME got slated, but it was pretty unstable, which it was at times, because it did come up with all those messages like error, bloody all that. It was had some technical problems. Obviously they got rid of the DOS. Well, they didn't get rid of the DOS prompt. They got rid of the dot where you shut down into DOS. They got rid of that. Stupid that was, because I had a lot of DOS stuff and like older games, and yeah, it was pretty much all my older games I had back in the time which ran on DOS only. So getting rid of that DOS prop wasn't no good, but I still went with ME anyway, because time in my hardware on the computer was getting better. So the DOS, I had newer stuff then, so I wasn't really playing much of the old DOS stuff, but it was more the Windows stuff I had, but it wasn't really compatible with XP, so I decided to put ME on, and I ran that for 2 years before I immigrated to America, and that's when I started using XP, obviously because everything was XP then. So, and I didn't have I didn't really take anything software wise to America with me, so I had to start again. So XP I was using. Stayed out there for I think 3.5 years. I come back, got a PC which ran XP, but then I thought, well, Vista's out. I've heard a lot of bad things about Vista, and obviously once again software compatibility issues and drivers and that shit, but I thought I'd try it, because I think it was 2008 or 2000, I think 2009, just before Windows 7 was released. I thought I'd try Vista because I had Vista. I thought I'd try it, by then software updates and driver updates and all that, so probably be all right. So I tried it, I installed it, and everything worked fine with the software I had at that time, my drivers, my sound card and other drivers that I needed. Vista worked fine, and just then Windows 7 just come out, so I thought I'd try that, and once I used Windows 7 I never went back. So I used that, I think it was when it was released in 2009 to 2017. Yeah, that was quite 8 years. Was it 8 years? So it would be my longest running operating system I ever used. So yeah, I was quite pleased with Windows 7. Had no problems with it whatsoever. It was brilliant. Windows 8 come out. Tried it on a backup PC. I hated it. I absolutely hated Windows 8 and 8.1, and I've already explained why. Because of no start. Why get rid of the start? That was stupid. That was just like running Windows 3.1 again without all the tiles. Obviously never owned a PC with Windows 3.1, but I've been on PCs with Windows 3.1, so yeah, I'm not going to talk about 3.1 because I never owned that. But yeah, so can you use Windows 7? Yes, you can use Windows 7, but people were saying, oh, you shouldn't be using Windows 7 because of no security updates. Obviously you don't want to be attacked by viruses. But then I thought, why have you got these virus protections then? Not talking about the like Microsoft updates and their security updates. What about like Norton's, Avast, McAfee, whatever it's called? All these third-party antivirus software. So what's the point of them then? If Microsoft's saying no, we're not going, you shouldn't be using Windows 7, and everyone else is saying you shouldn't be using Windows 7 anymore because of security. updates. We're not going to support it no more. What about all these third-party security softwares then? Are they just going to throw in the towel as well with Windows 7? What the fuck are you paying for? What's the fucking point of them if it's not gonna do its job? You know, it's supposed to be antivirus, so it doesn't matter what operating system you're running it on. So yeah, I never fucking bother with those antivirus fucking software. Never. I did years ago, and it was Norton's. I tried Norton. I did use Norton's years and years ago. I still got a fucking virus. So fuck Norton's. You know, if you know, I run an antivirus software. You know, I still get a virus on my computer. Fuck off. I ain't paying money. Why should I pay money for fucking antivirus software? It ain't gonna fucking do anything. Just slows down your fucking PC. Nah, fuck all these antivirus software. Nah, bollocks. It's all bollocks. Nothing wrong with the security on Windows 10. You know, that's all I've been using. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, but obviously, yeah, everyone's saying, oh, you should upgrade to Windows 10 or Linux. Don't know anything about Linux or Linux, however you pronounce it. Don't know anything. I've never used it, so I couldn't tell you anything about that. I do believe it's free. So if it's free, I don't know, give it a go, I suppose. But I'm not sure about who supports it, because you got to remember, it's these like your drivers that, you know, your graphics cards, your sound cards, or whatever drivers. Will they support it? You know, that's another factor. Obviously, everyone's supporting Windows 10 now, but a lot of these, like if you've got the latest graphics card or sound card or whatever, I don't think they're going to be supporting the older Windows. So that's something else to take into account. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's up to you. But I think people saying, oh, it's not supported no more, it's not supported, doesn't mean you can't run it. You can still use it, but you're just prone to more viruses, I guess. But if you use it offline, you can still use Windows 7. And if you've got software that, well, I don't know, I've not had many software compatibility issues with Windows 10 and Windows 7. They've been pretty good. So all my stuff that works on Windows 7 works on Windows 10 anyway, so I've not had a problem there. And you also got virtual machines that you can just test it to make sure it works, to see what it's like for you. If you want to, instead of reinstalling your computer, just test it on a virtual machine. They're free to get hold of. Two of them, I think one of them's called, let's have a look. I've got two. One of them's called VM Player and the other one's called VirtualBox. So they're the two that I use just if I want to test out things, see how it runs and all that. But yeah, but my recommendation, yeah, get used to Windows 10. I've pretty much got used to it after almost 3 years. No problem with it at all. But I know there's a lot of people that are skeptic to come off Windows 7 and go to another operating system. I don't blame you, you know, because I quite like Windows 7, but because of my PC, you know, it wouldn't work properly with Windows 7. I had to upgrade to Windows 10. So that's the reason why I'm running Windows 10. But once I've pretty much got used to it now, so I would recommend it. Give it a proper go, give it a proper chance. Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with Windows 10 now. I've pretty much got used to it. Does everything that I want it to do, but I wouldn't recommend Windows 8 because that is a load of crap. It depends what you like. I mean, I definitely would say Windows 7 was one of my favourites. You know, it was, because I didn't have any problems with it. It pretty much supported all my software, and I had always had the latest drivers for its time. So it's been pretty good, Windows operating system, Windows 7. Anyway, I've waffled on quite enough on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.